What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again, my CCI family, chump change investors worldwide. It's your main man with the game plan back at you again. You know I can't leave you alone too long. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting faster. I'm coming back at you with more information quicker than before. So anyway, I want to thank y'all once again for sticking with me because there are new changes coming. You know, I sit back sometimes and I listen to my little videos that I'm putting up, and you know, I analyze them. Just like I research and do my due diligence with these stocks, I do it with my videos, okay? Because I want to become one of the best at this as well, okay? So, you know, I'm making changes gradually because I'm living my own life too. You know, we still got to do real life at the same time that we're doing this. You feel me? And I'm not doing this for the fame and the fortune. I'm really doing this to bring y'all information and education because I want a little team with me when I rise up. I watch some of these other ones that are doing the same kind of things, and you know, as much as I appreciate their information and their insight and input that they're giving me, I sit back and analyze them too, you know, and when they, you know, speak and do shout outs to their team, whether it's their Patreon or their this and that, and it kind of hits me sometimes because I've been sticking with y'all just as long. No, I might not be in every Patreon or every, there's another word I'm forgetting right now, but everything that y'all do, I don't throw, you know, $100, $200 to you, but I always let them know how grateful I am for their information. I always send shout outs. I always send my words into them because I do love these guys and women. There are many women that do this as well, and their information is priceless. So I do let them know that, and I do send them shout outs and little, what you call on here, like, you can send $5, $10 here and there. I do that. But when they shout out just for their Patreon users and just, I feel a certain kind of way. My channel's not, I'm telling you, this is going to be a different thing. Quote me. It's going to be different. If you see something regular, let me know. I'm going to get right on it and change it up. Okay? So when I say things like we're going to be doing big things together on this channel, we're going to go out, I'm going to have events in places. Yeah, these are the future plans that I have for the channel coming as soon as next year. If you're in the area, and I'll be putting up all that information soon, please, you're more than welcome. Okay? I want this to grow. I want you to grow. I want you to help me grow. Let's grow together. There's no reason for me to be doing all this by myself and, you know, just bumping into my co-parts and others and being like, you know, I did this in the stock market today. They don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm giving that information out so I can build a team around me. You know, when they say you want to rub shoulders with people who you aspire to be like, or if you want to have this much money and live this kind of life, you have to associate with people like that. Well, no downgrade to nobody that I'm with my peers, because some of them, of course, they got money too. But the dreams and the money and things that I'm speaking of, it's not in their plans. They're in the day-to-day living. I'm really into future living. And I want you to be into that, and that's what I'm pushing for, point blank. Okay? No disrespect or downing anyone who's getting it any other way. Do you. If it's working for you, do you. This is me. Hopefully, it's you. So I'm trying to build that team together. So as I said, there are different things coming for the channel. I have my mics coming. They'll be here this week. Pay attention to that because, like I said, I watch mine and I hear my voice. So anyway, enough of that. Today's account, what we're going to do, I'm going to get you ready to get on this ride because there's a little ride coming. It comes every year. It's called the September effect. Okay? No need to be afraid of it. A lot of people get weary of it. And you hear a lot of crashing kind of talk around this time of year. It's not a crashing time. Really, it's a get rich time. Okay? So, September is a time, on average in the market throughout history, that has been, again, keyword, write this down, on average, a downtime for the market in September. That's why they call it the September effect. It's really an anomaly because there's no real reason for it to happen. Okay, the only real reasons we have for it, and that I've seen since I've been in the market for it, kind of makes sense, but you don't know that it's the bona fide reason. But it's like, the summer's ending. Okay, people are going back to school. Parents are getting their children back ready for school. So a lot of people are either selling portions of their stock to get the cash, or a lot of people are selling some of their stock portfolio to, I don't want to use the word evade, but to cut some of their tax losses at the end of the year. Okay, so typically, again, on average, like the S&P 500 will take a little dip in the month of September. Now, again, remember that's on average, because like if you say bet against that from throughout history, I got the dates down, but you would have probably came out okay. But like since September of like 2014, 2015 till around this period of time, you would have probably lost out, because they haven't been terrible at all. Now, they do take their dips and dives, but a lot of them do in different months like that. But September is a quote-unquote time when the market is known to take a dip. So that's why you get the term September effect, okay? So ways to jump around that: diversification. Number one, diversify your portfolio, okay? Which means get into, different sectors. You might want to go retail now if you've been AI heavy or technology heavy. If you've been fintech heavy, you might want to jump into government assets, or you might want to jump into automotive, pharmaceuticals. Okay, it's just diversifying, which means simply changing up. Okay, but you don't always have to do that. What I'll do personally, and remember, it's not financial advice. I can't tell you to buy, hold, or sell, but what I typically do, especially with some of my stocks say that I have less than 100 shares of. Most of mine that I rock with, I want 100 plus shares of before I do any selling. So at a time like this, coming in September, this is an insider tip. Sit back, relax, get your notebook. I will start DCAing heavy into ones that maybe are more costly, and into ones that aren't as costly for me. I will start buying the dips all along the way. Still DCAing, but I'm buying full shares. Okay, so when we're coming out of that September effect, that down period, I'm on the up and up. And again, typically after that period ends, you're talking maybe mid to end of October, and definitely through November, you're moving on up. You know the tune. So this is really pretty much in every year almost. If you think about it, it's the last train. You feel me? Like, you about to miss the bus. You running to catch the bus. This is that last bus usually of the year. So when a lot of people are fleeing from it, you need to be running to catch that bus. Okay? Other ways you can manage through this time is using like me, I personally manage my own portfolios. If you're weary of that, if you don't have the time really into it, you can have your portfolio professionally managed, which means hand it to this company, JP Morgan, whoever it is, and they will manage your funds for you. Okay? They'll make sure they're putting it in the right places at the right time to fluctuate with the market for your benefit. Plain and simple. But you don't have to do that, but I'm giving you all options. Okay? The main thing that you really want to do, period, and this goes with any time during the market, but again, with the September effect, most definitely, is stay informed, which means what? Do your reading, do your research, keep your ears open, do your due diligence. Period. That's it. You'll survive it easy. And of course, tune in to Chump Change Investments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to keep you abreast of all situations. Okay, so another thing you can do is not focus so much on your short-term goals in the game, but focus on the long-term goals, okay? Such as, for instance, SoundHound AI. That means something. Also, Grab Stop, okay? Things of those natures, which are stocks that still have room to go and grow, but they're going. You feel me? Those are what I consider like 2 examples only of my long-term goals, 5 years or more out. I'm not even looking to do anything but pack up in them for at least the next 2-3 years strong. You know what I mean? So you focus on stocks like that, which are your long-term goals. Even in your ETFs, which we're about to discuss today. ETFs, are a great strategy for the September effect, as well as any time, but especially now when you're gonna see the S&P take a little short fall down. Hopefully it won't be too hard, but it's most likely gonna take a little dip. And when it does, it drags a lot of prices down with other stocks as well, because remember, there's 500 listed with the S&P 500. Okay? And a lot of them are the big dogs. Okay, so keep your eye out for ones like Apple, Nvidia, who you better keep your eye on, Microsoft, Google, etc., etc. Okay, these top companies, they're gonna take little dips, but remember, these are blue chips. Remember that term? They're not going anywhere. They're giving you a little break to get in, okay? So the step might have been a little high to get up on this boat. So they're gonna lower the platform down for you a little bit. Okay? This is your chance to hop on the ship before it take off again. You understand? That's basically how you look at it. Okay, I got a lot of little analogies, a lot of little nicknames that I give things. Stay tuned, you'll see. But that's what the September effect means to me. Okay, I'm not looking for tragedy. Hopefully none of that happens. And remember, it is an election year, so that's why we're keeping our eye on it a little stronger, because This one is something like we ain't never seen before. Okay, so get in where you fit in. You feel me? But I'm gonna again keep you abreast of all situations right here on Chump Change. CCI family, stay with me. Okay? And now we're gonna get into, maybe I'll give you a couple ETFs again to look at. Okay? Now remember, if you think I'm repeating things sometime, okay? Different stock names, different ETFs, repeating the words due diligence, repeating the words DCA, dollar cost averaging. Things that I repeat them for a reason. Remember when things, so in other words, take heed. Okay. Now the first one so the first one we're going to take a look at today is the SPY. Get to know that term intimately. Okay? The SPY, the SPY, the SPY. You're going to hear it all the time. Simply means the S&P 500 ETF. Okay? It's the index that, it's the ETF that tracks the S&P 500 index. Okay? So here we're looking at it live right now. You see it's moving as we speak. Currently at 559, just over $559 per share. Don't let the numbers, spook you or anything like that, because remember, in this you're gonna DCA into it, and it's by far time you learned about the SPY. It's the beacon of the market. Okay, it's what every investor aims to beat or aims to at least stay with. If you're doing that, you're doing a great job. Okay, so just to show you, I guess, a little bit about it and what it's about, you see right here, and by the way, this is Yahoo Finance. It's a free application you can use to kind of get some information on different stocks and so on in the market. There are many of them out there. This is one of the top ones. They give you a lot of basic information for free here. If you want a little more information or in-depth information, you, as with everything, you pay a little bit, you get a little bit more. Okay, but for your basic information is here. Okay, so right now we're looking at the sector weightings, okay, to let you know how the S&P, the SPY, is weighted. Okay, it's weighted heavily in technology right now with 32%. Next following financial services at 12, healthcare at 11, and so on. Okay, so this is how the money is broken down, or the percentages are broken down into the SPY itself. All right, next I want to show you a few of the holdings in it. So this is the top 10 holdings in the SPY right now, which is Apple, Microsoft, the usual top 10. Remember, blue chips, all of them, blue chips. Alphabet, which is Google, Berkshire, what's up, Warren? All of these blue chips. Okay, all right, so that is basically your S&P 500. Now, what I want to tell you about it is, say for instance, say back 2016, 2015, so on, you put $100 in. Okay, say 2016. So we won't even hit the 10-year mark. Put $100 in to invest. Every month since then, you put $100 in. A measly $100 that you throw away on anything and garbage all the time. You'd be sitting on just about 30 grand right now. That's all you would have to do. Passive income. Put 100 in, close your eyes. Put 100 in, close your eyes. Just every month. Not only that, just imagine, did you not just have the SPY, but you had other ETFs. Maybe you had about 10 stocks of your own, just common stocks. Do you see where you be sitting? So yeah, right now you might be still sitting at that job, but look what you'd be sitting on top of. Not to mention, you'd probably be on your way out the door of that job very soon. And that's not even 10 years. And remember, the more you put in, that was just $100 a month. Okay, you could have been doing $50 a week. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, you get it. So you always are looking at the percentages. Never mind the money. Look at the percentages. The S&P has been showing over 15% since 2016 till now. Okay, that's over 15% of your money flipping since then. But we'll get into that. I just wanted to show you a little information. All right, next up we have VTI, which is one of my personal favorites, which is Vanguard Total Stock Index Fund. Okay, Vanguard encompasses the entire U.S. stock market. Okay, at half the price of the S&P 500, if price is a situation for you at this moment. Okay, not saying that you cannot DCA into this the same way you DCA into S&P 500. It's just that you would accumulate shares faster because of the price, as you see. Currently sitting at $275 per share, where the S&P, if you remember, was $560 a share right now. So again, yeah, you can accumulate shares faster. All right. However, if you look at the 5-year chart here, it's basically following the same path as the S&P 500. Okay. Do your research, do your due diligence. All right. Now, again, this is still Yahoo Finance for y'all. So let's take a look at their holdings. All right. Remember the sector weightings? They're pretty much close to the S&P 500. Technology 30. It was 32 on S&P. Okay. Financial services 13. I believe it was 12 on S&P. Okay. Healthcare 12. So on and so forth. Okay. This is how it's broken down in Vanguard's. If you come down to their top holdings, look who it is again. Fancy, huh? The top ones: Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Google, Warren. If you don't know, I'm talking about Mr. Warren Buffett. That's his company. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway. We got Broadcom, and Eli Lilly is killing the healthcare field. Okay, they're on a non-stop roll. Basically, Eli Lilly is the Nvidia of healthcare right now. They're the ones with all the weight loss drugs, with the diabetes medication, so forth and so on. All right, so that's how that's broken down into the Vanguard. All right, so that's a little information on ETFs today for you. Choose the best one for you. Start investing bit by bit, DCAing. September's coming. I have prepared you. These are things you should be looking out for now. Don't just wait for September. Get in now. The prices will come down. Get your butt on the boat. Continue to do your dollar cost averaging. If you can afford so, go ahead and grab you a few shares. Coming out of September, out of October, I'm waiting to see y'all put in the chat, put in everything, what you're making. It doesn't have to be a lot. As long as you are coming up, you're doing the right things. Stick with the chat. Stick with the information I'm giving you. Can't tell you to buy, hold, or sell. But you can use your own information and education that I'm giving, that you're researching. Let's do this. All right. So as usual, I'd like to take this time to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out to view the channel, view the information, whether it's your first time or you're a returning viewer. I thank each and every one of y'all. Okay? So I hope to see you on this boat and at the next class, which is coming very soon. Remember, I can't leave you out there too long without that information and education. See you on the next one. God bless. Thank you all.